What's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Warlock Build-A-Figure Waves Polaris. I found this one out in the wild over at a Target. I did not expect to find it. I found two other ones. Anyway, on the side right here, one thing I want to mention is that her cape is loose. Yeah, it's a rattly cape. Yeah, so these boxes were actually pretty banged up. Anyway, on the side we get an awesome image of Polaris. I don't know who drew this. It kind of reminds me of Diodato's artwork. I could be totally wrong. Anyway, on the very back right there, we get Polaris again, and then you can see the read-up. If you want to read it, pause it now. There's the other figures from the wave. And then we get that same image of Polaris, and then there's an X at the top. It says X-Men right over there. All right, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's the Mistress of Magnetism out of the packaging. And I think Hasbro did a really good job with this figure. We are seeing some reused parts here, but we have some new things like the cape. I actually like this new cape. It's made out of a soft, pliable material. We are seeing these reused parts for these effects over here, which I feel like I'm already starting to get a little tired of. And the figure actually looks really good, though. I do like the head sculpt, and I do like posing her around a whole bunch, even though it does remind me of the Scarlet Witch as I'm posing her around. I don't know. I feel like I'm lacking creativity over here. But anyway, let's take a closer look at these effects, and then we'll take a closer look at Polaris. So I said I'm getting kind of tired of these effects already, but how many other figures use them, right? Originally used with Havoc, another funny coincidence, right? And then also with Shocker over here. So yeah, only two other figures. I guess I shouldn't really complain about them reusing these, but I think they look pretty good. They're made with this lime green translucent plastic, and it has this nice pearlescent shimmer to them. As far as applying them onto the figure, it's fairly easy to do, you know, just wrap around the wrist right there and bam, magnetism. One thing I thought was interesting about Polaris is that she has mostly had the same costume throughout the history of the character's existence, aside from being an X-Factor. That's drastically different, of course, and having an X-Factor Marvel Legends setup would be nice, right? Like a Build-A-Figure strong guy, ooh, that'd be cool. But anyway, back to this character. I think she's pretty cool. Of course, she has the same magnetic abilities as Magneto, and for the longest time, she was supposed to be the daughter of Magneto through her having the same mutant abilities as Magneto, but now they've changed it so that she was adopted by a family, and Magneto is her biological father, and then the Maximoff twins are actually not the biological children of Magneto. And aside from that, she was engaged to Havoc, which did end poorly. But anyway, looking at the figure, I think it does look good. I like the face sculpt over here. It does resemble the Enchantress figure a little bit, but not as bad as some other figures. You know, I think she actually looks alright. She looks a little younger. I like that glossy metallic paint they used for her lipstick. I think that's really cool. I think the paint did come out fairly clean on this. So I am digging it. I do like how we get a little bit of a metallic sheen right over here. You can see a little bit of the sparklies right there and the soft plastic for her tiara, or her headband anyway. She has some really nicely sculpted hair too. I'm liking that. Really nice black mixed in there with the green. So we have some shadowing effect going on in that hair. Even this little tie right here is painted with a metallic green. I'm liking that. And then looking at the rest of the figure, it looks pretty good, you know. I like the flesh tone. Looks pretty solid. I think Hasbro did a good job of making the paint over this green plastic resemble the plastic flesh tone right over here. So I think that's pretty cool. At least 2 layers of paint right there. So I'm really liking that a lot. We get these wristbands over here, which I feel like we've seen these somewhere before, but I can't just pinpoint it off the top of my head. But they do have a metallic look to them, so I like that. She does have a little bit of green paint on the tip of her finger right there. I'm going to try to take that off. I've been oh, there comes a little bit of it. But anyway, looking at the legs, you know, we've seen these legs before. I believe they're from the Hellcat figure, or the Kate Bishop Hawkeye figure anyway. Painted out pretty well, you know. Not a whole lot of new stuff going on. She does have peg holes under her feet. And she does have this new cape, which I really like. At first, I thought this was the same cape that Gamora has, but it's not, or from the Entertainment Earth exclusive Gamora, but it is not. Very soft, pliable material. I'm liking this a lot, and it does have the peg. Now, as much as I like the material, it does fall off the figure fairly easy. It just doesn't hang on there as well as I would like it to. So, I don't know. I can't really complain about it too much, but I'm happy to have it, but it doesn't really stay on there as well as some of the other capes. Now, the articulation on this figure isn't too bad. It's pretty tricky, but you can get her head to look up. If you shift the head back a little bit, you can get her looking up that much, which is actually pretty good for her having so much hair back here, you know? So I'm fairly impressed with that. You can move her head all the way downward. You get side-to-side movement over here, and you do get a little bit of neck pivot, but not a whole lot. Actually, really, there you go. There's a little bit of neck pivot. Anyway, shoulders move outward that much. They move down all the way. They move forward. No bicep swivel. No double jointed elbows. We get the single joint with the rotation at the elbow right there. We get wrist swivels and they hinge up and down. She has a diaphragm joint that turns side to side. You get some diaphragm pivot, shifts forward a little bit, moves back more so. She has the hip joints that move outward that much. She can kick forward that far and does not move back. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees only bend in that far. I wish they could bend in a little bit more than that. Her ankles move down. They don't really move up too much. And she has a very stiff ankle pivot. It's gotten a little looser for me, but at first it was a really, really stiff joint for me, but it's there. I'm gonna measure out this Polaris figure to the top of her ponytail up there. She's just a little over 6.5 inches tall. For a little family photo minus Quicksilver, we have the Series 3 Toy Biz Marvel Legends Magneto, and then we have the Scarlet Witch from Hasbro. And this figure is oversized, of course. Hasbro's admitted that themselves. I am noticing though that they do have the same face. Yeah, it's the same person in cosplay once again. Very, very frustrating. Then here's Polaris next to the Kate Bishop Hawkeye figure, and as you can see, they share a lot of the same body parts. Then here's Lorna Dane next to her ex-fiance. We have Alex Summers, aka Havoc. And then here she is next to the other figures from this wave that I've already reviewed. And while I'd found these three out in the wild on my own, gotta give a big thanks to Chew for finding the rest of this wave for me out there. So I will continue to review the Guardians wave and alternate back and forth between the Warlock wave and the Titus Build-A-Figure wave. And then here's Polaris next to the Marvel Legends Big Time No Letdown Spider-Man. Ooh, green hair. Oh, wow, I really like green, you know, so this is really nice. Oh, wow. Oh, it smells really good. Wow, you smell pretty. So I really like this figure. I think it's a fairly good figure. Not my favorite figure from this wave. It's actually probably my least favorite figure from the Warlock wave, but I still really like it a lot. One thing I'd like to see Hasbro do is to give us some electricity effects. Like if I had those Tamashi lightning effects, but in green, I think that would go really well with this figure. I'd like to have that. But otherwise, I think it's a really good piece. It's a character I've been wanting in Marvel Legends form for a very long time, so I cannot wait to add her to my X-Men display shelf. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, please hit the like button. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the video. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That'll be coming at your face in just a moment. If you're already subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell so that you know when the latest ShartimusPrime video is coming your way. And then I'd like to dedicate this video to Chad. Thank you so much, Chad, for being a strong supporter of this YouTube channel. Your help was very much appreciated. And if you want to see a full photo gallery of images from this review, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Was shot in your face. I said 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 was shot.